day number 3 of 2026, and on this third day of the new year, ESPN proudly presents Sunbelt Conference men's basketball. We come to you live from inside the Camp Henderson Center on the beautiful campus of Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. The site of a matchup between two old rivals and visiting App State out of Boone, North Carolina, and the home-standing Thundering Herd, the Mountaineers, in at 9-6 overall, 2-1 in the Sunbelt. Marshall 1-1 in the conference, 9-5 overall. Greetings from Huntington courtside here with former Thundering Herd great Stevie Browning, our analyst today. Ben Westfall is our sideline reporter and our great crew. We are delighted to have you with us. I'm Mark Martin, and Stevie, great to be with you, my man. And,
great to be with you as well.
Happy New Year to you, partner. And well, you had a great one here the other day. Marshall wins on New Year's Eve, and now the new year is underway. Let's check out some impact players.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For App State, Alonzo Dodd, left-handed point guard, score first guy, loves to get to the rim, will shoot the three with confidence, and then you have Casey Jennings, the leading scorer on this App State team, can score from all three levels and shoot at 42% from the three-point line. Those are the two-headed monster for App State on the offensive end.
And the Thundering Herd, great performances all the way around on Wednesday.
Absolutely, and these two guys right here, Wyatt Fricks and Jalen Spear, the two senior leaders for this team, especially going into conference play in a physical game like you're going to see today. Marshall's going to lean on these two guys to kind of be the leaders and take hold of this one.
All right, look forward to it, and we look forward to having Ben Westfall with us today. Ben, Happy New Year to you, my man.
Joining you today here on the sideline for an all-time great classic matchup between Marshall and Appalachian State, an old rivalry that dates back to the Southern Conference days back in the 80s and 90s. Marshall leads the series all-time, 36-20. Head coach Courtney Jackson talked about the importance of this rivalry overall, just talking about his day sitting at home here in the state of West Virginia, watching it on Channel 3. Now, Appalachian State was very impressed. Head coach Justin Kurtz was very impressed with the defensive performance in that last time out against Old Dominion. And he said today, we got to start off quick, get those rebounds, and start great on offense, especially in transition. And for Marshall, just play Marshall basketball. Head coach Courtney Jackson said we got to make those winning plays, get out in transition, and play fast, what typical Marshall basketball does. Now, note, Marshall leads the all-time series 36-20. Ever since Marshall has joined the Sunbelt Conference, leads the series 4-2. Marshall swept 3 years ago. Appalachian State 2 years ago. Marshall swept last year. We'll see if the Mountaineers can bounce back on this one. Back to you guys.
All right, Ben, look forward to your reports today. App State with the basketball to get it going here, Stevie.
Yeah, and you know, I think you're going to see a super physical game. App State loves to kind of slow it down and really grind it out.
Our starting lineups presented by Highmark, Wyatt Fricks, Noah Ochudy, Matt Van Komen, the 7'4" center for the Herd. Caleb Hollenbeck, and of course Jalen Spear coming off an outstanding performance, 26 points in the win over Georgia State as Marshall got that Sunbelt record even at 1-1. Alonzo Dodd, Luke Wilson, Aaron Banks, Casey Jennings, and Michael Marcus Jr., the starters for App State as we begin this one, guided by head coach Dustin Kearns. Courtney Jackson leads the way for Marshall. The foul going to be charged to Matt Van Komen.
And I would say the Marshall crowd doesn't want him to pick up too many early ones, especially with the way this App State team plays. And yeah, kind of some contact right there. Because this App State team, you know, they're big and they play physical, and Marshall's gonna need Van Komen.
Luke Wilson, 6'9", 255, 56.5% free throw shooter, but he nails both. And early on, the Mountaineers with the lead to start this one out here. Marshall wearing the green today.
Yeah, and App State's went to a 3-2 zone right here. They're usually a man-to-man team. Probably just trying to throw Marshall off a little bit, but a nice lob right there by Noah Ochudy to Matt Van Komen.
They throw Marshall off a little bit. They just throw it into the 7'4" guy. He throws it down. Van Komen coming in, averaging 9 points a game for the Thundering Herd. Now the Mountaineers will attack. They average 73.9 a game. They give up 66.4. Marshall 80.2. And 75.2 is what they allow. Alonzo Dodd, and he runs out of time. Good defense by the Thundering Herd.
And you will see App State wither away the shot clock plenty of times tonight. They are 360th in pace in Division I basketball. So if they will push it early in transition, but if they don't have anything immediately, they love to back it out and run through their sets.
Well, Eric Harding has checked in, Stevie, for Matt Van Komen. Now, Van Komen had that foul, but he limped off onto the sidelines. Goes back into the tunnel, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, he's back there getting looked at by Chris LaPole, one of the best in the business back there. So if there's anything going on, Big Chris will figure it out.
Absolutely. Blake Harris, Stephen Orcus Jr., and Marvin Harris are the officials for today's game. Great to have those three gentlemen in the house here at the Cam Henderson Center. There's a pass inside and off the glass and in by Michael Marcus Jr. Averages 7 a game. He can hit the three at 20 against Old Dominion.
Yeah, and that was good D by Eric Harding. Just a good job by Marcus Jr. to be strong and force that one.
Battle for the ball and going to stay with Marshall. Good hustle there. Lead the basketball had gone off of Jennings.
Yeah.
Stevie, here are your keys to the game as you dissected this one.
Yeah, App State control the paint. You know, they like to play physical. They like to play slow. Guard the three-point line. We've seen it all year when Marshall gets hot and gets rolling. They are tough to handle and, you know, control the tempo because they like to play a slower style of basketball, and that's kind of the opposite of Marshall. On Marshall's side, be physical with those bigs. Don't let them hit you first. Make sure you're hitting them first. Rebound and play fast. Don't succumb to, you know, the style that App State wants to play. Both teams, this one's going to be about who's able to force their will upon the other one.
Well, Matt Van Komen went into the tunnel for Marshall, and now Aaron Banks has gone into the tunnel for App State, and Jalen Spear. And what a performance he had against Georgia State, and drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, he's been playing well as of late. He's done a really good job of getting off to quick starts, and we see him cashing his first three right there. Good sign for Marshall fans.
Van Komen is in the locker room, we are told. Entering the game due to Banks having to leave due to the injury, Jason Clark Jr. He's out of Silver Spring, Maryland. He went to the Miller School in Virginia.
Yeah, and got right into Harding's body right there. Good job of, you know, taking advantage of that bigger guy right there.
Two big guys, each with a foul for the Thundering Herd. Clark Jr. at the line, 60% free throw shooter. They shoot right at 61%. And either will go down for Jason Clark Jr. and Marshall back to work.
I think Wyatt Fricks just missed a wide open three that he didn't take right there. I think he's going to get it back, though. Nope.
Chudy darts to the basket, uses the glass, can't get it to drop, and Dodd snags the rebound. Not averaging 4.5 rebounds a game, and driving in was Luke Wilson, and a foul called.
Ooh. That's 2 on Harding, so Coach Jackson's going to have some decisions. You've got Van Komen, and you can see just Wilson just being physical down there, and you know, with Van Komen in the locker room and Harding with 2 fouls, that thins out those bigs for Marshall.
No doubt. Drew Fuquay will check in, 6'8" junior out of Detroit for the Thundering Herd. Wears number 4. Feed it down to Michael Marcus Jr. and he has 4 points here.
Yeah, and Michael Marcus Jr. and Luke Wilson, they're not just tall. Nice take by Fuquay right there. They're not just tall, they're big too, and they are looking to actively duck in and get deep position in the paint. The bigs for Marshall aren't as big. They have to make sure they're doing their work early and fighting with their feet and not their bodies.
Fuquay comes right in and goes right to the hoop. He averages about 6.9 minutes per game. Ball out of bounds. And we have our first timeout here on this first Saturday in the new year of 2026. 57th meeting all time between the Thundering Herd of Marshall and the Mountaineers of App State. 7-6 game when we return to Huntington.
That's Wayne Gretzky.
Who's Wayne Gretzky?
He was accepted into the Hall of Fame.
That's nice. But with Discover, I get accepted basically anywhere. Oh, I got it, Dwayne Jetski.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Here you leave today and enter
a world of galaxies.
A world of speed.
A world of other worlds.
This summer, explore infinite worlds of magic with 2 free nights and theme park days added when you purchase a 4-night, 4-day room and ticket package at select Walt Disney World Resort hotels.
Second-year head coach Quinny Jackson huddled with his Thundering Herd. Early 7-6 advantage. They are, though, without Matt Van Komen, the 7'4" center for the Thundering Herd. More on that situation. Here's Ben Westphal.
Yeah, Mark, Matt Van Komen went back into the tunnel. He did not go into the locker room, but he's currently being worked on the medic table right now. That left shoe is off. He's getting some tape wrapped around him. Talked to the trainers and said his status right now is to be determined. They're trying to work him out and see if he can get back into the game. Back to you guys.
All right, Ben, thank you. And certainly a concern if you are Marshall. And meanwhile, App State, Aaron Banks had left and headed into the tunnel.
Yeah, big concern for Marshall, especially with, your backup center, Eric Harding, having 2 fouls. And App State being very eager to get it to the paint, to get to post-ups and duck-ins. That 7'4" guy is completely necessary.
Through Fuquay. Caleb Hollenbeck cannot leave that guy open for 1 second.
Nope, got lucky right there.
Marshall's women's basketball team playing in Boone today against App State. That one just wrapping up in another victory for Julie Folks' crew. They win at 53-48 and a nice, tough shot from Alonzo Dodd. And then from the outside, yeah, how about that?
I mean, that's exactly what you want to do against the zone if you're Marshall, and especially against this slow-paced App State team, is beat them up the floor. Don't give them a chance to set that zone up and make you work all that time off. Beat it up, beat them up the court and take early threes. Open threes.
Second 3 of the game for the Thundering Herd, and for Caleb Hollenbeck, it's the 34th of the season for the young man from Rapid City, South Dakota.
Yeah, he shoots the heck out of it.
Just like you used to.
He shoots, I mean, statistically, he shoots it a lot better than I used to.
It's Jalen Spear.
Lob to both people. Got lucky.
Chudy.
Yeah, I don't know who they're counting that for.
Go give it to Chudy.
All right, he'll take it, I'm sure.
12-8 lead for the Thundering Herd. Now the Mountaineers go to work here. Shot from the outside and rims around and won't go there for Kaysen Jennings, but a stick back. And it's productive for App State.
Yeah, Marshall's going to have to find a way to keep these guys off the glass, and that's not going to help. You can see just App State, they are every possession fighting and scrapping to get low post position, and, you know, not just to get the ball to score down there, but for, like we just saw, so when guys shoot it, they can already have position to get rebounds.
Spear and Hollenbeck will check out. Wilson Dubinsky, number 3, has entered the game for Marshall along with freshman Landon Joseph. He was impressive.
He's been impressive the last couple games. He's played really well. Knocked down shots. He's always in the right place defensively, making plays, sticking his nose in there. I mean, not much more you can ask from a freshman, a true freshman.
Dodd dashing in trouble, kicks it back out, shot on its way, won't drop there for Jalen Tott, who had checked in. Tott had an outstanding career at Montana State Billings. We're making his way to Boone. Ooh. Tott's out of Dallas, Texas, and possession arrow points in the direction of Marshall.
I think right there, Dubinsky has to take another dribble or two and get a little bit deeper in the paint. Nobody cut him off, and if he takes another dribble and gets in there, that makes that big from App State have to make a decision. You either have a little floater or a lob.
And again, as we mentioned a moment ago, Julie Folks and her Thundering Herd women's team, as they feed it into Fuquay, getting a win in Boone, 53-48. They already played App State here, so Marshall sweeps the Mountaineers. Thundering Herd and Mountaineer men will play in Boone in February, and a tumble there and a foul, and Marshall going to be whistled here.
Yeah, and that's 2 on. Yeah, that's 2 on Fuquay. So that is gonna have Coach Jackson making an even tougher decision.
Andrew Ninjok is entering the game, number 21 for App State. Only player in App State history from Sweden.
Oh, wow.
In program history, and the Mountaineers with another bucket here, and Clark with his first field goal of the game, and here is Ochuti.
Yeah,
lifting it up.
They got Moody with a little push on the waist right there as Fuquay went up, but nice pass on that. Nice pick and roll read.
So that is foul number 1 on Chad Moody, 6'8" junior from Grayson, Georgia, had played at Alabama A&M, and that's the first team foul that has Fuquay at the line. 4 of 6 heading into this contest. Spear back in, and Ochuti checks out for Marshall.
And listen, if I'm App State, I'm going directly at Fuquay on the other end. He's got 2 fouls, and all Marshall's bigs are in foul trouble, so I would go directly at him and you know, almost see if I can get him to get another foul or give me a layup.
Van Komen is sitting on the Thundering Herd bench, and again, Harding out with 2 fouls. Van Komen had a foul before he left. And Fuquay now with 2 fouls, so you mentioned it's tough sledding right now for the bigs. It's Case and Jennings. Beautiful shot there for Jennings.
Yeah, that was a smooth little step back. Got into the chest. Nice pass.
Wyatt Fricks.
Nice pass, nice finish. We've seen them connect like that multiple times this year.
Fricks averaging 14.4, as is Jalen Spear for Marshall. Fricks' first bucket of the game. And a whistle and a foul against the Mountaineers.
I think they got, who'd they get that one?
Moody picking up his second foul since entering, and Wyatt Fricks, Stevie, knows what to do with it down there, doesn't he?
He does. He does it a lot.
Heard by 3 here in Huntington.
much time do you have?
Eating out, furnishing your home, your favorite hobbies. They all cost money. The more you can save on your vehicle, the more you'll have to spend on the other things you love. At your local Ford store, we understand this, and our vehicles right now are more affordable than ever. Vehicles like the 2025 Ford Escape, now with $3,500 total cash, or Bronco Sport, just $399 a month. And Broncos are only $499 a month. Visit your local Ford store today, where there's always more in store.
State trailing Marshall 17-14 on this first Saturday in the new year 2026. Dustin Kearns has built a pretty nice resume already. Young guy. So he's not as young as he used to be. That's what he told me before the game. But he was named the 22nd head coach on March 28, 2019. There in Boone, season number 7. So prior, all 6 seasons have been winning campaigns. Got his 150th career win earlier this season against Virginia Lynchburg. And there's Matt Van Komen. They taped him up, and you had a good thought there about getting taped during the timeout.
Yeah, number one, you know, unless they absolutely need him to come in this game, I don't think we'll see him anytime soon. But listen, I was never a tape guy. If I had to wear something, it was a brace. You know, they always told me once that tape gets wet, it's like a thick sock. Nice lob again.
Yeah, beautiful, and Fuquay in there playing with 2 fouls.
Yeah, he's productive right now. He's got 7 points in probably about 4 or 5 minutes. I'd go right at him to see if I could get him another foul if I'm App State.
Down low and up, and a whistle. Got it into the hands of Luke Wilson. And Jalen Spear will pick up the foul.
Yeah, and that wasn't a bad foul. He had a layup if Jalen didn't try and do something. And you'd rather make Wilson, who is, you know, I mean, he's a 69%. No, that's field goal. He's a 56% free throw shooter, and make him make 2 at the line.
Made his first 2, misses that. Injock comes out. And back in now. Jason Clark out there, and Wilson up, and get that one to go. So App State working with Jason Clark, Luke Wilson, Kaysen Jennings, Michael Marcus Jr.
Oh,
Fricks. He's got 4.
Up top. And I think that's like Jalen Spears' 4th lob he's thrown this game already. And that one was, Fricks' head was at the rim on that one. You could see, throw it up top. Go get it, young man. Climb that ladder.
Jalen Top rounds out the App State lineup. Marshall working with Landon Joseph, Drew Fuquay, Jalen Spear, Wilson Dubinsky, and Wyatt Fricks, who just threw one down here. Marshall by 7, biggest lead of the game. Clark negotiating, bouncing Wilson, and that's going to be fouled.
Depending on who they give that to. Did they give it to? Oh, yep, they gave it to Josephs. That was close because Fuquay had a hand in there too. And
Fuquay was holding his breath.
Yeah, you could have gave it to either one, but best case scenario for Marshall, Landon Josephs gets that one and leaves Fuquay with 2.
Wilson has been in double figures 4 times this season. Knocks down the free throw there.
And you know, they say he's a 56% free throw shooter, but you know, his jumper looks smooth. Like he doesn't have a hitch in it. He's got a nice flick with his left hand.
He's put together at 6'9", 255.
He is.
There's 23 blocks on the season. Could not get the second free throw to drop. Marshall goes to work. Joseph just going to take it lightly down the lane.
Yeah, nice take. A little creative finish right there. Kind of threw him off. We're going with the inside hand and is able to go have a try at the line.
Kason Jennings committing the foul. That's his first team foul, number 3 on the Mountaineers. Marshall with 7. Joseph up, and this one blinks out of there. Joseph, 71% free throw shooter. He's played in all of the games this season for Corny Jackson's crew. It's the second and a 22-point performance against Virginia earlier in the year. He will come out. Hollenbeck is back in. Back-to-back 10-point games for Joseph. Hollenbeck returns, and the young freshman Joseph heads out. Jennings. Clock starting to whittle, and again the big guy can hit the 3.
Yeah.
And Michael Marcus Jr. knocks down his 12th 3 of the season, playing a nice game here for the Mountaineers with 9 points.
Yeah, he shot that one, you know, fluidly. And he's also going to shoot that fluid.
Yeah, that guy can shoot it from the outside as well. These big guys, they know how to knock it down. They say, that looks like too much fun. Got to learn how to shoot that 3. 21 3-pointers on the season for Fricks.
Yeah, and you can't let Fricks get that open of a look.
Fricks now with 7 in the game. Fricks this time on a drive and could not get a beautiful drive there on the baseline. Just could not get rewarded. Here come the Mountaineers back on the attack. Talk about Dustin Kearns and the Presbyterian. Spent a lot of time at Wofford. He went to Clemson. Excellent coach here in the Sun Belt, and ball came loose, and a nice job there by Michael Marcus Jr. keeping that alive. And
yeah, and Marshall just got bailed out because Marcus Jr. and Wilson just battled for that offensive rebound and threw it out of bounds.
Jalen Tott heading out for App State, and in Jakari Brim out of Winston-Salem. What a career he had in high school. West Forsyth played there for his father, and broke Chris Paul's scoring record.
That's a nice one to break the record.
Hollenbeck
now
keeps things alive, and here is Spear launching and connecting.
And he's 2 for 2 from the 3-point line now.
Double figure advantage for Marshall. Spear knocks down his second 3 of the game. Spear has 41 on the season.
App State's going to have to figure out a way to get something going offensively right now. They're kind of just stagnant, relying on a lot of one-on-one and tough shots like that one right there. And if there's a guy that can create and hit those tough shots, he's that guy for them.
Yeah, he's led the team in scoring 7 times this season. Fricks off target there. Alonzo Dodd getting a screen there from Wilson, and now to Jennings, who scored a moment ago. Jennings in the lane and can't get it to drop, but Wilson got the rebound. Well, trying to send it out there to Brim, taken away by Ochuti.
Yeah, Wilson Jennings has to go up and finish off 2 feet right there on the other end.
Marshall comes up empty offensively, so Mountaineers back to work here now, trying to carve into this lead, and a beautiful drive and a bucket by Dodd, who has 4 in the game and trims the lead to 6. App State and Marshall set to talk it over. We return to the Cam Henderson Center in just a moment here on ESPN Plus.
Dude, this new Crispy Pro, unbelievable.
What about that one?
Oh man, that one? I've never been one to settle. Look at this Ninja Crispy Pro. It's got glass. It's like front row seats at mealtime. Food is ready, faster, and crispier. I can do more, I can see more than my air fryer ever could before. That's what top performance looks like. Oh, it's perfect. Look, retirement's not that bad. I've done it too.
Mom jeans. She passed them down to you. But who passed them to her? Let Ancestry help you piece together your story with a family history membership and detailed DNA results. Get started today at Ancestry.
Stevie Browning, there were a lot of New Year's Eve parties. How about just a little throwdown party here at the Cam Henderson Center to start out the new year?
A little lob party going on. They got Lob City like it's the 2012 Clippers going on today. And Wyatt Fricks, that man right there, has been a recipient of a lot of them. Jalen Spears been the passer on a lot of them, and you see that one going up top, climbing that ladder. You know, they just have a knack for it. And it's something that, you know, they work on in practice. It's something that they've developed, you know, that trust in each other through the games. You know, Jalen knows if he throws it, he's got guys that will go get it and not make him look stupid. And on the other end, those guys trust and know, hey, if I cut, I need to be ready to jump because it will get thrown up there.
Build of dreams, build it, and they will come. Throw it up there, and they will throw it down.
Somebody will get it.
Here's Spear with the one hand.
Nice. And you see right there, you know, Marcus Jr. is just a little bit indecisive on whether or not he wants to take Spear or stay back with Wyatt Fricks because they've been, you know, coming off those pick and rolls and throwing those lobs, and Spear was able to make a good decision and keep the ball out wide away from the defender and, you know, get a nice little and one right there. Chance for 3.
And he has 2 threes from behind the three-point line. A three-pointer the old-fashioned way there, has 9 in the game. Dodd picking up his first foul. 4 now on the Mountaineers. 31-22. Jason Jennings. There's Michael Marcus Jr. Now they'll work it down low, and it's Wilson, and Wilson hard there.
Yeah, Wilson thought he got fouled. And that's Hughie's got a tough assignment down there guarding Wilson.
Shot up and off the glass and in for Jalen Spear.
Well, if you give Spear a wide open 13-footer, you know, you can take that one to the bank. He's not going to miss a whole lot of those.
Brings us to our biggest lead here at 11. Spear has 11 in the game. Wilson backing in and can't get it to go, but will draw the foul.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Hughie, giving up a lot of height and a lot of weight on that one. Gotta, you know, just fight. That's the name of that game down there. If you're going to be challenged with that matchup, you got to do everything you can to sit down and use your feet and get around quick, and keep Wilson from, you know, catching it too deep. And, you know, he did the right thing right there. If he gets it, foul him. He's a 56% free throw shooter. He hasn't shot him great tonight. Make him learn him at the line instead of getting just a nice, easy look at it too.
Oh boy, both come out. He's been 2 of 2, 0 of 2, 1 of 2, and now back at it with an 0 for 2 there. And a tough break for the big man. Boy, just a good-looking player there at 6'9", 225, redshirt sophomore. Noah Ochuti working around, and here is Hugie, and Hits the back of the iron, won't go, and Kason Jennings, the transfer from South Florida, goes high to get the rebound. Mountaineers trying to get it back to single digits. Jennings working against Ochudi.
And a nice little scramble right there by Marshall.
Long range for Dodd. Can't get it to go. And the ball in the hands of Jennings. Possession arrow, and it will stay with the Mountaineers. Bryce Slay up off the Thundering Herd bench and checks in for Caleb Hollenbeck. Bryce Slay, the son of former Thundering Herd great Tamar Slay, played in the NBA.
And Bryce is going to have a chance to be good. Yeah, he's got it all, and you know it's your freshman year.
Yeah.
You can never plan for it. You never know what's going to happen. You just have to. You got to stick in there every day and work, and fight, and play hard.
Hit a big three against Georgia State and the win over the Panthers, and firing and hitting the front of the rim there was Clark Jr. Here comes Marshall, and Fricks flying in, hits the deck, and there's a whistle as we head to the timeout.
Good pace right there. That's exactly what Marshall wants to do. Beat that zone up the floor and get to the line like they just did.
Thundering Herd by 11. We go to break here in Huntington.
Eating out, furnishing your home, your favorite hobbies, they all cost money. The more you can save on your vehicle, the more you'll have to spend on the other things you love. At your local Ford store, we understand this, and our vehicles right now are more affordable than ever. Vehicles like the 2025 Ford Escape, now with $3,500 total cash, or Bronco Sport, just $399 a month. And Broncos are only $499 a month. Visit your local Ford store today, where there's always more in store.
On March 25th, 2024, Corny Jackson became Marshall's head men's basketball coach and doing a great job. 29 wins here in season number 2. Served under the great Dan D'Antoni, and before that he had stops at West Virginia State, Tennessee Martin, and Cleveland State. Great playing career, player of the year in West Virginia, Oak Hill High School, and then had a brief stop in Tennessee, a very productive stop with the Volunteers, but wanted to come back to West Virginia, played 3 years for the Thundering Herd, started every game. Great player.
Absolutely.
And a great coach.
Absolutely.
And a great guy.
Yeah. And he's got his team sitting pretty right now with a nice 11-point lead in the first half. Chance to push it to 13.
Dwight Fricks has 7 in the game.
Yeah, and yeah, you see a little hard swat right there by Marcus Jr., but before that, you know, that's kind of needs to be the model that Marshall goes with on misses and makes is, you know, everybody sprint the floor. Let's get it up as quick as we can and beat that zone.
The free throw by Fricks, lifting the Thundering Herd lead to 12. Alonzo Dodd, 6'1" senior, Week 6 Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week. I really like Luke Wilson, taken away by the Thundering Herd.
Yep, backcourt.
Yeah, just one of those deals. Hugie just need to keep moving, and just unselfishness wanted to send it back to Slay.
Yeah, but listen, phenomenal defense on that end by Hugie. And you know, it looked like he might have dropped that bad boy off before he got across the line. So
Shamari Hugie, 6'6" junior out of Savannah. Here is Clark Jr. Back out to Jennings. Jennings trying to maneuver against Spear, and then the shot with time winding down and burying it is Clark Jr. Jason Clark Jr. with his 5th.
That was a rainbow.
3-pointer of the season. He was the Virginia Independent Schools Athletic Association Division II Player of the Year. Good D by the Mountaineers. Darting is Clark to Wilson. Foul called.
And a good foul by Slay. You know, make Wilson make him at the line instead of giving him a layup. Nice drop off by Clark. And just a smart play by Bryce Slay right there.
Wilson's lived at the line here in this late afternoon game.
I think, what is that? His 7th?
Go 2 for 2. He went 2 for 2. Then he went 0 for 2. Then he went 1 for 2. Then 0 for 2 again.
So this is going to be his
10th free throw.
Guy's getting to the line.
Hey, well, when you get those feet set and beautiful rotation, he can knock him down. 34-27. So App State carving into the Thundering Herd lead, which had stood at 12. Landon Joseph, Shamari Hugie, Noah Ochuti, Caleb Hollenbeck, and Wyatt Fricks on the floor for the Thundering Herd. Hugie passing, Ochuti scoring.
Nice job by Hugie right there to get into the paint. Good recognition and cut by Ochuti. Nice finish with the left. Good basketball.
Ochuti has 4 in the game. Jason Clark Jr. whips the pass into the corner and firing and just watching it like a thing of beauty. It was Dodd.
Yeah, he shoots it well, especially when he's open.
His first 3 of the game. Is 20 now in the season. Hugie looking for a 3, and he knocks down the huge shot.
Yeah, he can definitely make it when he's open, and you know, he's got a mismatch. It's Marcus Jr. guarding him, so Marcus Jr. is naturally, you know, standing more in the paint, and that's giving Hugie some time to look at it and let it go.
His second 3 of the season, 5 for the Herd in this game. Under 10 now on the shot clock. Dodd penetrates, in trouble, ball loose, snagging it. Well, Hugie had it. Jennings takes it away. Time runs out for the guys from Boone.
Yeah, and that's the pace that they play at. We've seen them, you know, 3 or 4 times either get a shot clock violation or shoot it right as the buzzer's going off and have to force a tough one up.
Clark Jr. will head out, and Jalen Tott will head back in. Tott entered this season with his collegiate career, 1,767 points. He's part of a set of triplets.
Wow.
There's a brother and a sister. Sister is a great basketball player. And the shot by Hugie, feeling it here.
And that had a little sauce to it. A little between step back.
42-30. Marshall back in front by 12. Get it inside to the big guy.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, I like him.
Yeah, he's tough.
Michael Marcus Jr. with 11 in the game. Number 44 leading the way for the Mountaineers.
I might get it back to Hughie right here and see if he can make something shake.
And again, Marshall, Matt Van Komen went out early. Appeared to be an ankle injury. Hughie straight away this time. Now he's just going to draw the foul and he'll get Wilson with the personal.
Yeah. And look, he's on right now. He's one of the two bigs out there for Marshall. So as you see, he's got Wilson on him, and a good job of getting some separation and maybe a little bit of acting in there, but that's okay. But good job of Coach Jackson to recognize that and put Hughie in a situation where he's got a mismatch on him.
Shamari Hughie, 2 of 6 at the line, coming in, makes that first one. And a season high of 5 against Ohio. So he has surpassed his season high here. And again, you always have to be ready. They say it all the time. And again, Van Komen, the injury. And Harding comes in. He gets in foul trouble. Fuqua got in some foul trouble. Hughie, who started the first game of the season against UMass.
And then, I mean, he played last game, and he played well as that one goes up.
Range shot by Todd. Couldn't get it to go. And that will end our first half of action. And Marshall on top of App State. Both teams entering with 9 wins. Good chance to chat with Coach Corney Jackson. Ben Westfall standing by as the Herd head coach.
Going into the locker room, whatever you like so far.
I like our togetherness. I like our physicality so far to start the game.
Now, of course, you guys have been able to get open threes. You know, we talked about before this game that Appalachian State defense very tough. What have you seen so far to get those open looks?
Well, we're getting stops and we're pushing the ball in transition. You know, we want to play fast. We want to take the first open quality shot.
Now, of course, you go down a couple bigs. Hughie's came in and really provided a spark. What's been, the key for his performance today?
We talked about it. You know, we showed our game last year when Cade had a big game here. You know, he played 4 minutes the game prior to that, and then he came in and had 16 points here. So we showed our guys that just to have the next man up mentality.
Coach, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Ben. Great job, and many thanks to the Thundering Herd head coach, Corney Jackson, his team leading the visiting Mountaineers of App State 44-32 here at the Cam Henderson Center in Huntington.
Dude, this new Crispy Pro, unbelievable.
What about that one?
Oh man, that one? I've never been one to settle. Look at this Ninja Crispy Pro. It's got glass. It's like front row seats at mealtime. Food is ready, faster, and crispier. I can do more, I can see more than my air fryer ever could before. That's what top performance looks like. Oh, it's perfect. Look, retirement's not that bad. I've done it too.
Mom jeans. She passed them down to you. But who passed them to her? Good question. You can thank generations of amazing women for those genes. Discover their lives and what led to you with an Ancestry Family History membership. See your roots and where those stories came from with an Ancestry DNA kit. Put them together, and there you are. Get started today at Ancestry.
Is this season between Marshall and App State in Sun Belt Conference play, and it's the Thundering Herd of Marshall leading the Mountaineers by a count of 44-32 with former Marshall great Stevie Browning, Ben Westfall, our sideline reporter, our wonderful crew. I'm Mark Martin, delighted you could be with us here on this first Saturday in the new year of 2026. And let's check out some first half highlights. What do you say, Stevie?
Well, saw a lot of lobs. Right there's one right there to open the game to Van Komen, who's down with a little ankle tweak right there. And that man right there got it rolling. Jalen Spear was able to hit a couple shots, and on the other end, we've seen a lot of post action from that guy right there, Marcus Jr. And you know, we've seen that guy get in there, have some creative finishes, hit a three here and there, but a lot of lobs. We've seen a lot of lobs, and I'm sure here in a little bit, as we see, you know, another rebound and finish from Marcus Jr., we will see that big time lob from Jalen Spears to Wyatt Fricks, but a nice step back right there by Jennings, and probably look for App State to kind of get him going and a little bit more involved in this second half, because they're going to need him.
Yeah, team's leading scorer, and just had 4 points there in that first half, leading the way for Marshall Spear with 11. And you mentioned Michael Marcus Jr. He has 11 for the Mountaineers, and Wyatt Fricks knocking down the three there, finished with 8 points in the first half. But I'll tell you what, Spear, he can do it in a variety of ways.
Yeah, he can. We've seen it. We've seen him just tonight do it from all three levels. He's hit threes. He hit a pull-up jumper from about 13 feet. He's got to the rim and finished. But you know, the stats right here. I mean, points in the paint is a little bit different. Assist is huge. App State's really doing a lot of their work by, you know, going one-on-one, and Marshall's kind of sharing that ball, getting it out quick and moving. And, you know, that's the biggest thing right there. App State having to take tough shots and grind away and have tough offensive possessions, and Marshall's getting good looks at it. And, you know, got to take your hat off to Shamari Hugie, who's came in and stepped up for Marshall, not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well, having to punch out of his class and guard Luke Wilson. And, you know, that's a 6-inch and probably 65-pound difference he's got right there. And he's fighting. He's doing. I don't think he's scored on him yet.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun here in the second half. A lot of activity going on here at the half. Our first half stats presented by University Ford. Marshall in the lead, 44-32. Back to Huntington in a moment.
Dude, this new Crispy Pro, unbelievable.
What about that one?
Oh man, that one? I've never been one to settle. Look at this Ninja Crispy Pro. It's got glass. It's like front row seats at mealtime. Food is ready, faster, and crispier. I can do more, I can see more than my air fryer ever could before. That's what top performance looks like. Oh, it's perfect. Look, retirement's not that bad. I've done it too.
At Ancestry, we believe every question about the past is a spark. And when curiosity strikes about the everyday lives of your family, we're here with answers only your ancestors can provide. Explore records, photos, and more to reveal your family's story. Get started now at Ancestry.
Sun Belt Conference game number 4 for the visiting Mountaineers of App State, and it is game 3 in league action for Corny Jackson's crew. Arkansas State, Georgia Southern, Troy defeated Marshall in its first Sun Belt encounter. You got South Alabama, the Mountaineers, Southern Miss, and there's Marshall, Coastal, Texas State. Couple of teams, including JMU, who was the preseason favorite, looking for that first conference win of the season, and that will be next for Marshall in league play.
Well, it's you know, the preseason rankings now are so tough because of just the lineup changes and the roster changes that everybody does from year to year now. So you never really can get a great gauge on, you know, even if somebody loads up and has a great team on paper, you just don't know how they're going to mesh. You don't know how everything's going to go. So, yeah, that's why we see a lot of that. Like, you know, a team like, and obviously it's still super early. You don't know what's going to happen. But that's why you see teams that, you know, were ranked at the top in the preseason drop, and then teams at the bottom rise.
Again, we'll look at future schedules for the two teams in this second half, but up next for App State will be a game against Georgia State, who handed them the one loss in league competition in the victories coming over Coastal Carolina and Old Dominion. Of course, Marshall coming off the victory over Georgia State here on Wednesday. We are back. Second half coming up. Marshall on top by 12.
DA, how's the resolution going?
I've quit it already, Tom.
I got a plan, you know me.
I've seen this before. I'm not eating avocado ice cream, brother.
No avocados required. We're going on the Ninja Creamy Diet. Scoop, soft serve. This thing has got all the ice cream all the time. That's crazy good. High protein, low calorie, that's what you need. We doing this Ninja Creamy Diet, you and me.
Laser focus, laser focus.
This actually still has avocados in it. It's an old habit.
Mom jeans. She passed them down to you, but who passed them to her? Good question. You can thank generations of amazing women for those genes. Discover their lives and what led to you with an Ancestry Family History membership. See your roots and where those stories came from with an Ancestry DNA kit. Put them together, and there you are. Get started today at Ancestry.
Ready to go here with the second half action inside the Cam Henderson Center for Saturday in the new year of 2026. Remember when they were making a big deal about the year 2000?
Yeah.
Wow, here we are.
I remember it, but I was 7.
I get it. I get it, Stevie. I remember it well. Remember, I had a birthday just a few days ago. So,
yeah.
so
it was right around there. But
I remember it well. All right. What's your thoughts here as we get set for this second half? What's Marshall have to do to maintain the cushion? Meanwhile, as the clock has gone out here at the Cam Henderson Center, that'll be an issue. We'll get to that issue. But meanwhile, what's the Mountaineers? What must they do to get back into this thing?
Well, you know, Marshall kind of gets to reload with their bigs a little bit. But honestly, I liked what they were doing around the end of the half, where they had Hugie in and were really just playing one big. It led to some mismatch issues on the other end, and we'll see how having those two bigs for Marshall changes that. And App State has to, you know, they really have to figure out a way to get it going offensively. They have to figure out a way to get, you know, quality looks and shots and figure out a way to slow Marshall down just a little bit, because when Marshall has, you know, been able to get it out and running, they have got pretty much exactly what they've wanted.
All right, again, they are in a situation here with the scoreboard clock has gone out here to darkness at the moment, so they'll have to work on that. And looking at individual scoring in this first half of action, Jalen Spear leads Marshall with 11, coming off that 26-point performance. And now they got to back up and running here, and that's good news. Shamari Hugie had 8 points. Wyatt Fricks had 8. Drew Fuquay off the bench with 7. Ochuti had 4 for the Thundering Herd. And Apollo Beck nailed a 3-pointer. 2 points for Matt Van Komen for going out with an injury, and a free throw by freshman Landon Joseph. 11 for Michael Marcus Jr. to lead the way for the Mountaineers of App State. 7 for Alonzo Dodd. 5 each for Luke Wilson and Jason Clark Jr. as Ochudy nails the shot from the outside, while Kaysen Jennings had 4 for App State. So a big shot for the Herd, Stevie, to begin this second half.
App State left him completely wide open. Like they didn't try and guard him whatsoever, and Ochudy made him pay. Look, there's a wrestling match going on down there with Harding and Wilson. Nice floater. Off-handed floater, too.
So Dodd now with 9 in the game. A 3 by Ochudy, his 32nd of the season. Marshall by 13. Eric Harding, we didn't see much of him after he got in foul trouble in the first half. He's out there. Foul's going to be charged to Jalen Tott.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if having the 2 bigs kind of slows that pace down for Marshall, because that's one thing that was lob up top. Okay,
the lob party continues here in 2026. Harding's first basket of the game came in averaging 4.5.
And this is the guy right here who's going to have to get it rolling for App State.
And Kaysen Jennings, who leads team in scoring coming into this affair. Foul going to be assessed to Caleb Hollenbeck. That's his first and team foul number 1. Kaysen Jennings, Alonzo Dodd, Michael Marcus Jr., Jalen Tott, and Luke Wilson. Those are the 5 on the floor first here for head coach Dustin Kearns' team. Well, a good battle there for Dodd. Missed it, went back up with it, and Wilson got his try at it. A foul is called on the Herd.
Yeah, and that's kind of App State's calling card right there. Get downhill, get to the rim, get it on the glass, let those bigs go up and get it, and have opportunities for putbacks and offensive rebounds. That's how they love to play.
Well, Wilson had 5 points in the first half, and they were all at the free throw line. Misfires on the first and gets that one to go.
He's really close to his average on the night from the foul line. I think that's what,
6 of 12.
He's close. Oh, they try to throw another lob.
Mountaineers coming out of there with it. Jalen Tott speeds it across the 10-second line. And here's Kaysen Jennings weaving around and out of bounds. Back over to the Herd. Marshall with its biggest lead of the game, biggest lead of the contest for either team at 14. Jalen Spear. There's Hollenbeck, sets the feet and knocks it down.
And a good job of those 2 screeners right there to make sure they got pieces of Hollenbeck's man, and he came off with too much space and was, you know, when he gets that much space, they tend to go in.
8 3-pointers for the Thundering Herd. Tott thought about it. And here is Dodd. He'll rifle, and that one going to come up shy of the net. Fricks on the move. And a nice move by Fricks. Couldn't get it to go, and the rebound.
It's going to be 3 on Harding.
Yep, foul called on Marshall's sophomore from Charlotte. He stands 6'10", so he will come out, and Drew Fuqua, who played some nice minutes for Marshall in that opening half, will check in.
Good D by Wilson right there to go straight up. And couldn't really see it. We'll take the ref's word for it, though.
Alonzo Dodd. Gets it to Jennings, and Jennings, nice little head fake there.
Nice move. Got a step on Ochudy and was able to kind of seal him and play off 2 feet. Got a moving screen on Fuqua, and that's 3 on him. Or no, yeah, that's 3 on him. So bigs for Marshall staying in foul trouble. And both these 2 fouls for the bigs of Marshall in the second half have been ones that, you know, as a coach, you don't love. You don't love moving screens, and you don't love fouls 94 feet away from the rim.
52-37. App State fighting to get back in this one. Shot would not go there for Michael Marcus Jr. Had a 3-pointer in half number 1. Hollenbeck looking for a 3. That's off the mark. Jason Jennings scored a moment ago, and this time can't get it to go.
Nice block. Nice block again. Marshall's off and running.
And Michael Marcus Jr. just denied there a couple of times. And here's Ochudy. He'll turn around and stick it in.
Nice patience right there by Ochudy to not make a quick decision on that fast break and turn around and get a wide open little 8-foot jumper.
Ochudy with 9 in the game. 17-point advantage. On the move, Clark Jr. fade away, got it.
We've seen him make a couple tough shots tonight. He had that rainbow 3 to beat the buzzer in the first half, and that little turnaround jumper right there.
7 points for the young man who starred at the Miller School in Virginia, native of Silver Spring, Maryland. Marshall empty, collision away from the ball. Fricks and Michael Marcus Jr. collide. We got a break here in the action. 54-39. Wyatt Fricks with the foul. Thundering Herd with the big lead here in Huntington.
Our neighborhoods have small businesses, schools, and stadiums, and they all need signs. We're here for all signage needs, from concept to fabrication and installation. Signorama, for all your signage needs.
That was Steve Newcountry. And this is Steve Newcountry. Go Herd!
Lift your head up, shake the dust off, tell me what you're made of. It's a brand new day.
When you choose Marshall Health Network, you'll discover more than just healthcare. You discover caring. You discover expertise. You discover a lifelong partner in your well-being. Discover more. Marshall Health Network.
Calendar notifications, emails, texts. These are all distractions. They take your attention away from the road, away from stoplights, sudden braking, and unexpected hazards. Distracted driving is dangerous to you and others. And if you're caught with a phone in your hand, it will cost you a minimum of $100, or even worse, it could cost a life. Keep yourself and others safe on the road. You drive, you text, you pay. This message is brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Our neighborhoods have small businesses, schools, and stadiums, and they all need signs. We're here for all signage needs, from concept to fabrication and installation. Signorama, for all your signage needs.
Marshall 54, App State 39, 15:04 remaining in this Sun Belt Conference showdown. Stevie Browning, you provided us keys to the game prior to the action truly getting underway. Let's revisit.
Well, you know, from the App State side, they're doing a decent job at guarding the paint. Tempo has leaned a little bit Marshall's way on the Marshall side. You know, I think they have matched the physicality of App State's bigs. They're actually winning the rebounding margin, and they're doing a pretty good job of playing fast. So, you know, I'd say Marshall has a couple of check marks on there, and you know, App State has to figure out how to get a couple buckets right here. I think that's what that boils down to.
You know, tough miss there for Jennings, and now Marshall on the other end, and swatted away by Wilson. Spear can't get it to go. Hollenbeck goes skying for the rebound. Landon Joseph, Caleb Hollenbeck, Wyatt Fricks, Drew Fuqua, and Jalen Spear out there for the Thundering Herd. As we come out of the timeout, here's Spear, time winding down, and that one, we had a good look, but just would not go. Now speeding it across the 10-second line is Jason Clark Jr. out there with Luke Wilson, Kaysen Jennings, Alonzo Dodd, and Michael Marcus Jr. And Wilson gets his first field goal of the game.
Yeah, and if you let him get that deep, he's going to punish you. You know, there's a good little drop step, offhand finish right there by Wilson.
He has 8 in the basketball game. Chad Moody getting set to check back in for the Mountaineers, along with Jalen Tott. Whistle against the Mountaineers.
Yeah, nice little up and under right there by Josephs. Good job of keeping his feet under him, and stepping through, getting a little contact and going up. Being patient. Good work off the pick and roll as a freshman right there.
So Joseph is up and gets it to go. He's now 3 of 4 at the line with another one coming. So Wilson and Jennings head out for the Mountaineers as Moody and Tott are in the game. Ricks is out of the contest for the Herd.
And the intensity, Marshall's defensive intensity picks up anytime Landon Joseph is on the floor, especially when him and Ode Schutte are on the floor together. As a nice take right there. But because they're both picking up full court and they both have a knack for defense.
Clark has 9 in the game. Hugie back in for the Thundering Herd. And here he is, top of the key, and strokes it.
Yeah, he's feeling it right now. He caught that with catch high, keep high. That's Klay Thompson started that bad boy. It's when you get a high pass and you just keep it up there. Don't dip when you shoot. Nice shot right there by Hugie.
He has 12 in the game, and Dodd looking for a 3, rattles out. Tough break. Moody in scramble mode.
And a good job by Fuqua to mix it up in there and draw a loose ball foul.
And we're going to get Michael Marcus Jr. with the foul. That's his second.
And, you know, down 16, App State's going to have to change up a little bit. They're going to have to start, you know, having quicker possessions where, oh, nice pass. Oh, I think Hugie just bobbled a little bit.
Hollenbeck can't get that one to land through. Yeah, and again, we talked about the possession, time of possession when you're on offense, and a fairly fast pace for Marshall. They rank pretty high, and it's just the opposite for App State.
Yeah, and App State loves to try and force feed the post. And, you know, down 16 against a team that, you know, shoots threes and plays up and down. It's tough to crawl back into a game like that.
Well, Dustin Kearns had talked about, you know, before the season, said, you know, wants to win big by going small. And they did get smaller guards to go with Dodd.
Yeah,
you know, just, you know, he's a good one, and they wanted to get something with him.
Yeah, and They do have some smaller guards, but they keep a couple big boys out there too.
And want to get ball handling scores, dribble, pass, and shoot. And here is Dodd.
Nice floater right there.
He did 2 of the 3. He dribbled and he shot.
Yeah,
he scored.
He does a good job of shooting those floaters with his offhand. A little Mike Conley action right there.
Alonzo Dodd now with 9. Break here in the action, and it's Marshall 59-45 over the Mountaineers.
DA, how's the resolution going?
I've quit it already, Tom.
I got a plan, you know me.
I've seen this before. I'm not eating avocado ice cream, brother.
No avocados required. We're going on the Ninja Creamy Diet. Scoop, soft serve. This thing has got all the ice cream all the time. That's crazy good. High protein, low calorie, that's what you need. We doing this Ninja Creamy Diet, you and me.
Laser focus, laser focus.
This actually still has avocados in it. It's an old habit.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Back inside the Cam Henderson Center here on the beautiful campus of Marshall University. Good crowd here today, 3,933.
Luke Thomas right there. That's a former Marshall basketball player. Him and his brother Clayton. Clayton is a golfer here now.
Upcoming games for both the women and the men. January 7th. Julie Folks' crew taking on Old Dominion. Marshall visiting JMU on the men's side. Women winning earlier today over App State. Marshall's men's team trying to do it here. So the foul was on Hugie. He has 2 now as we went to break. And Dodd trying to convert the 3-point play and just couldn't get it to happen. You know, you think too, this App State team, they lost C.J. Huntley, a 2-way deal with the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, that's a big loss. Nice pass.
Dubinsky to Wyatt Fricks, and a foul will be called. And well, that's going to be 3 now on Michael Marcus Jr. And they can't afford to not have him out there. He leads the team with 11.
Absolutely. I honestly thought Wyatt Fricks was going to try and get on that rim. And, you know, Marcus Jr. kind of met him at the summit up there, and Fricks made a good decision.
Dodd also now has 11. So Wilson returns, and Michael Marcus Jr. checks out. And Wyatt Fricks has now hit for double figures here with 10 points. 3 of 4 at the line. Marshall 61-45. Jason Clark Jr. Here's to his left, passes it back to Jalen Todd. Clark.
Nice pass.
Yeah. Nice handles there by Todd. But boy, just unfortunate. They just could not get him to drop. And here's Hugie, who's played a huge game for the Thundering Herd.
Yes, he has.
Fricks on the move.
And a nice block right there by Moody.
Here's Todd. Drills it. Jalen Todd.
And that's the kind of little runs that App State needs to get back in the game. They need, you know, good defensive possessions, and especially ones that lead to quick threes. Like that could possibly do right here.
And Todd got that 3. It was his 26th of the season, and now Preston Kearns' his team back. And how about Todd?
Yeah.
Back-to-back 3-pointers for the guy who is part of a set of triplets.
Yeah, and that's huge right there. 2 good defensive stops in a row, and then, you know, Todd knocking down 2 threes when App State really needed it. And you see the three right here by Tot, but it started by that nice defensive possession on the other end. App State cuts it to 10. We got a good one, Mark.
Dude, this new Crispy Pro, unbelievable.
What about that one?
Oh man, that one? I've never been one to settle. Look at this Ninja Crispy Pro. It's got glass. It's like front row seats at mealtime. Food is ready, faster, and crispier. I can do more, I can see more than my air fryer ever could before. That's what top performance looks like. Oh, it's perfect. Look, retirement's not that bad. I've done it too.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up, Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot. Ice works fast, heat makes it last. Icy Hot, you're so back.
Get all of ESPN college basketball all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. App State has chiseled away at a Marshall lead that was 17. And Jalen Todd knocking down back-to-back three-pointers out of Dallas, Texas. Played at John Paul II High School. Went to Montana State Billings. We're coming to App State again. We mentioned he is sort of a set of triplets. Montana State Billings, a great West Virginia coach, was there for many years. Craig Carse, a native of Sistersville, had been at West Virginia State as a head coach, led the Yellow Jackets to the NAIA National Championship game, and then he left and became an assistant at LSU under Dale Brown. And among many great things that he did during his coaching career, that being Craig Carson, he recruited a guy named Shaq.
Oh, boy.
So
that's one you could hang your hat on. And Eric Harding picked up his fourth foul.
And again, that has been a little bit of a storyline here for the Herd, and that will do it for...
Oh, no, that's his fifth. So got caught with his hand in the cookie jar right there. Good job of recognition by Jennings and going up with that and getting to the line to make it a single-digit game.
Jennings up and in. Again, Jennings coming over from South Florida. Tanner Smith, an assistant, was there. And, of course, they had the heartbreaking issue there at South Florida. Young Amir Abdul-Rahim, who was the head coach, passing away suddenly at 43 years of age. And Jennings had that relationship with Smith when they were at Kennesaw State.
And I think
Coach Abdul-Rahim had been before going to South Florida, so we got a little out of bounds challenge here with just under 10 minutes to go.
Marshall's challenging the play out of bounds.
Yeah, so ruling on the court is that it's off Marshall and it stays with App State. But let's look and see if we can get a look. Ooh, it's tough to call right there. That is a tough one to call. Looks like Jalen Spears' hand slips in there. Maybe off App State. I don't know. Oh, that's going to be one of those that, you know, it's about a 50-50 call.
Well, you were talking with the officials before the game, Stevie, how difficult of a job you had officiating practices when you were a graduate assistant.
Yeah, so once I stopped playing professionally overseas, I came back and was a GA as we look at that one more time and had to be a ref. And that was a whole experience. You know, it may have went off of Todd's forearm, but it's going to be tough to overturn that. And, you know, when I was a GA, my main job was reffing the practices. And every single possession, it doesn't matter what you do, somebody's mad at you. So you know, we were talking to the guy before the game, and it was just like, you know, brother, you have the toughest job in the world. You can never make both sides happy, and regardless, somebody's going to hate you. And, you know, this is one of those calls right here because, you know, it's at a pivotal moment. App State's went on a big run right here to cut it and make this one a game. You know, and I would say that App State bench will not be too thrilled if this one gets overturned. So we'll see what their ruling is.
Call on the floor, stands. Yep. The Appalachian State's ball with 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I think it was just inconclusive evidence right there. Not enough to overturn. So App State will keep it.
Yeah, and a chance to keep slicing into this Marshall lead that at one time was 17. Tot guns it in, his third consecutive three-pointer.
He's turned right now. That's 3 in a row. All to push it back to a 6-point game. That is huge. And you can see the life of these Mountaineers start to pick up as Wyatt Fricks has a little answer for him for 3.
Thundering Herd definitely needing that, and build the lead back up to 9. But boy, Tot has put on a show here.
Yeah, you got to get him. You got to get him another look right here.
Lonzo Dodd into Wilson. Wilson working against Fuqua, and Wilson hits his second field goal of the contest.
Yeah, when he catches it that low and that deep, he's tough to stop.
He's at 10 points. 64-57. Jalen Spear, Wyatt Fricks. And down goes Fricks, who was fouled.
And a good job. Nice pick and roll. Nice read by Jalen Spear right there. And a good job of Wyatt Fricks to go right into the chest of Wilson. And I think they got Wilson just coming down with that left hand right at the end. I think if he would have just stayed straight up, I think that's a no call, verticality, but you know, he collapsed just a little bit at the end trying to block that shot.
It's his second foul. Fricks now with 14 points and looking for one more, and can't get that one to drop through. 65-57. Mason Jennings kicking it to Dodd.
And Todd looked at it. I thought he was going to take it.
Jennings maneuvers in the paint, up with a shot off the glass and in for Jennings.
Yeah, that was nice. That was just a strong take right there. Had a little mismatch. Got Fuqua on him, who's a big. Recognized it and just went straight to the rim. Nice little job moving that ball around and getting back to that left, taking the contact and finishing.
It looks like they've whistled it against Fricks. That's his second. Fuqua has 3. Jennings and trying to convert the three-point play. Couldn't get it to go through there. Jennings with 12 now. Fricks fires, can't connect.
And I think Fricks missed an opportunity to get 3 free throws right there. Had I don't know who it was, but they were up in the air. Could have just jumped into him.
Here he is, Wilson.
And he is a beast down there when he catches it that low. And, you know, we've seen him the last 4 or 5 times. He's caught it with his head planted right about under the rim like he is right there. When he gets that low, you know, you got to foul him before he can get the shot up.
App State was down 17. And the Mountaineers have climbed the mountain to get back into this one. Tough miss there, though, for Wilson.
And now Marshall's in a spot where they have to get something good right here.
Wilson 6 of 13 at the free throw line. Spear, tough shot, can't get it to go, and we've got a whistle.
I wonder who that's on. Looked like it was a lot going on down there.
7:46 to go in the game. And we got ourselves a good one. Marshall by 4 here in Huntington.
You know what I miss most about playing? Yelling, "Hey!" So I got this job. Pizza. Hey! Mom! I don't miss that.
Get our biggest pizza, the Big New Yorker, for just $10 at Pizza Hut.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly checking and savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Trimmed what was a 17-point deficit down to 4. Up next for Dustin Kearns' crew, a trip to Georgia State. They'll be looking to avenge the lone conference loss. Then they'll go to Coastal, and then they'll take on James Madison, Old Dominion, and Louisiana. Dustin Kearns, outstanding young coach down in his 7th season. It's interesting when you kind of intertwine schools. The great Cam Henderson had been a head coach at Davis and Elkins, comes to Marshall. And another guy that had been a head coach at Davis and Elkins was Press Maravich, Pete Maravich's father. Wow. And he was the head coach in 1950 through 52. And he later was a coach at App State after he left LSU. Also a head coach at North Carolina State. And a bucket that was needed for the Thundering Herd. Ochuti now in double figures with 11. Marshall goes up by 6.
Much needed right there by Ochuti.
And a takeaway by the Herd, Hugie.
And a take back.
All right, back come the Mountaineers, and here's Todd, and this one will
wedgie. And that was the cleanest look Todd had of all the ones he made.
And you mentioned
and a nice break right there, actually, for App State, because they got the jump ball with it as well.
And Stevie, I know you were a prolific scorer. As we go back to Press Maravich just for a minute, and what Pistol Pete did without the three-point line.
Averaged 44 in college.
Here is Todd going to Wilson, and it's going to go off the App State big man.
Oh, I grew up watching the Pistol Pete movie.
Oh, my. And you think here in West Virginia, they had a guy, small college of Archie Talley.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Archie once, I said, if there's been a three-point line, what would you average? He said, oh, well over 60. As Hugie drives in, and tell you what, the respective number 9s for these two teams, Hugie and Todd, have played good games here for the Mountaineers and the Thundering Herd, respectively.
Yeah, and a good job of Hugie getting right into Wilson's body and still getting a shot up. Wilson trying all he could do to get out of the way of that foul. And Wilson's over there saying, hey, miss it. Ball don't lie, it wasn't a foul. Because that's 3 on him right now, and he's been one of the biggest forces in this App State comeback.
Chad Moody's out, and Michael Marcus Jr. will head back in. Caleb Hollenbeck heads out for the Thundering Herd, and Landon Joseph is back in. Hugie gets 1 of 2.
And Landon Joseph's making it hard on Todd. Yep, they're going to get Hugie with the reach around.
Yeah, Hughie's come up big. As he picks up his third foul, three-pointers in the game, and that will put Dodd at the line.
And Dodd's a 68% free throw shooter.
Dodd had 5 or 6 3-pointers earlier this season, his high point.
And a big possession right here. 6-point game. Marshall with a chance to stretch it out a little bit.
Dodd now with 12 in the game. There's Jalen Spear, just threw it up and almost got it to go as he was seated on the floor.
Almost got it, but a good possession, good defensive possession right there, and a fadeaway.
Tot rifled. Michael Marcus Jr. hits the deck. And a foul going to be called here.
Yeah, and got Shamar Hugie with a little push, trying to take the tough task of boxing Marcus Jr. out.
And Michael Marcus Jr. coming off 20 against Old Dominion out of Indian Trail, North Carolina.
And that's 4 for Hugie now.
I believe they're going to send Fuqua in following the free throw here by Michael Marcus Jr. 11 first half points, but has not scored here in the second half.
Yeah, it's been his counterpart, Luke Wilson, kind of taking control of the paint for App State in this half.
Fuqua comes in. He had 7 first half points. Michael Marcus Jr. at the line for the first time in the game. 61% free throw shooter and sinks both opportunities to make it a 4-point game. Wyatt Fricks left alone, can't get it to go, and Wilson battles.
And I wonder who they're going to get that one on. Maybe Jalen Spear?
He was in the neighborhood.
No, I think they got it on Fuqua. Drew Fuqua.
And number 4 for Marshall, now with 4 fouls.
And let's see. Yep, got him on the arm right there, right after he caught that rebound, a little slap down, swipe down. You know, honestly, not the worst thing that could happen to Marshall with the way that Wilson has shot free throws tonight.
He's 6 of 13. Now make it 7 of 14.
He might make me eat my words right here and make it a 2-point game as well.
Tony Jackson looks on. App State 11 of 25 at the free throw line.
And now Marshall's kind of in that tough spot where they're trying to figure out how to get some rhythm and who to go to get a bucket.
3-point game. Here's Spear. Ochuti maneuvers, puts up the shot, and puts it in.
When he gets that deep and gets to his little, 8-9 foot pull-up jumpers, he's hard to guard because he's big, he's athletic, knows how to create space.
13 for Ochuti, and number 13, Jennings trying to knock down the shot from the corner. Can't do so. Now Marshall up 5, and here's Spear. Go under 5 minutes here at the Cam Henderson Center. The 57th meeting all time between these two rivals. battled in the Southern Conference.
Yep, Jalen Spear going to have to make something happen. Somebody is.
And it's Ochudy putting up a shot, couldn't get it to go.
And that is a physical land down there in that paint right now. You see bodies flying everywhere.
Whistle going to go against Jalen Tott for App State. That's the second on the young man out of Dallas. He will come out, and Jason Clark Jr. heads back in.
Fuqua with the chance to open this lead and give Marshall a little bit more breathing room right here.
Fuqua out of Detroit just said it felt like home when he visited to become a member of the Thundering Herd program under Corny Jackson. Marshall 12 of 18 at the free throw line, and Fuqua couldn't get it to go.
And that's going to be his fifth on a foul. You know, 85 feet from the rim.
Yeah, Fuqua fouling out. Eric Harding fouled out earlier. Of course, we revisit what happened early in the game, Stevie, with Matt Van Komen. Marshall's 7'4" center went down with a tweak of the ankle and has not played since.
And it doesn't look like he's going to come back in this game. Yep, and they're looking to make sure it's still a common foul. It looked like Fuqua was just kind of going for the ball right there. It was tough to tell from that angle, but it looked like Fuqua was just swiping, trying to tip the ball around, and just happened to catch the forehead of Luke Wilson.
Our officials.
I mean, but go ahead. I'm sorry about that. But regardless, that's going to bring probably Shamari Hugie back into the game, who's got 4 fouls. So Marshall is skating on thin ice with their bigs in the foul trouble right here, because that'll be 2. Already had Harding foul out, and now Fuqua's fouled out, and Shamari, who they've brought in to be the big, has 4.
A shot there, Matt Van Komen. Tough when you are a player and you love to play the game, and this is your final season as a college player. You don't want to have to sit over there and watch. You never do, but certainly when it's the finale.
No, and I mean, you know, regardless of the class and that, you never want to, but especially, like you said, when you're a senior and you're in a conference game that's, you know, is a 5-point game with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, and you're sitting over there. But sometimes, you know, those ankles, they make it tough. You roll one a bad way, and you know, you barely walk on that bad boy.
Yeah, maybe better to sit now than to sit several.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've done it in the TBT over COVID. I twisted my ankle early in a game. Tried to run it off, still had some pain, got taped up at halftime, came back out in the second half.
Call on the floor stands, common foul. Number 3 is going to shoot 2 free throws.
Yep, so they'll keep it a common foul. But I came out in the second half, twisted it again, and ended up, I was down for about 6 months with a bad ankle. And, you know, it's definitely not worth it, especially when you're in the prime of your career.
All right, good work by Blake Harris, Stephen Orcus Jr., and Marvin Harris, our officials, and that has Wilson back to the free throw line. And Wilson gets it to go through.
Yeah, and he's figured out how to put a couple of these in the hole as this game has gotten tight.
Eight of 16, 9 of 17. 70-67, 15 in the game for Luke Wilson. Season high for him. Here's Joseph, the freshman. Spear, the senior, knocks it through.
That's a big one. And right now, App State is just going under on all Marshall's screens, so it was a good job of being patient right there by Landon Josephs and working them down to where they got so deep they couldn't go under and get into the paint.
Yeah, that's, pardon me, Stevie. That's Spear knocking down his first shot of the second half. He now has 14 in the game, and the ball wanders into the Thundering Herd bench area. And we're under the 4-minute mark, and that means it's time to talk. Jalen Spear puts the three-pointer through. 112 on the day. App State, they've been fighting. They trail 73-67.
Happy as can be, feeling good about my new RV. I got me a trailer, one that pops up. I got a motor home and a top for my truck. Camping in style, staying dry. Summit RV is the reason why. Summit RV, camping made easy. Summit RV, vacation fun.
Something exciting is coming to Huntington. Thundercloud is hard at work building an all-new underground fiber network, bringing lightning-fast internet to select neighborhoods. Soon, homes, businesses, schools, and community spaces will connect at gigabit speeds, making Huntington one of the fastest cities in West Virginia. Construction is underway, and this is just the beginning. Thundercloud, connecting our communities to a faster future. Stay tuned.
Thinking of somewhere new to eat? We'll let our grill do the talking. At the Grill on 3rd, you'll enjoy our delicious meal creations with extraordinary flavor. Whatever you're craving, you'll find it here. Our happy hour specials are the perfect way to unwind after a long day, with half-priced appetizers and drinks on select items. Also, you can enjoy our outdoor patio with live music coming soon. The Grill on 3rd.
Marshall Thundering Herd inside the Cam Henderson Center in the home of Marshall University women's and men's basketball since 1981. And at the moment, the Herd up 73-67, going to leave the friendly confines of the Cam Henderson Center. And up next, Thundering Herd going to meet up with James Madison. Will be in the upcoming week. Right now in a battle here with App State. We'll head off to Georgia State. How about that? We're going to go right back against the Panthers. And we did the game here, 84-80.
Crazy, but, you know, every game is, we're going to see a lot of games like this and like the Georgia State game that are just coming down to the wire. Super physical, high intensity. Yeah, it's just what the Sun Belt Conference has proved itself in basketball.
Tony Jackson's team at one point led by 17. Ooh. App State has fought back here right now. Marshall on top 73-67. Landon Joseph got it to Fricks.
Nice pass, nice finish right there by Joseph and Fricks, and we've got a wrestling match going on. And I think they're going to get Joseph for a little hold. Kind of just got tangled up right there with Clark. And that's going to send Clark to the line. And you'll be able to see that they were just kind of running down the court. And, you know, that's just a vet move right there by Clark. Got a little contact and was able to sell it. Now you're headed to the line. Looking to bring it back within 6.
Clark Jr. up and in. He missed 2 free throws in the first half, but he knocks that down and now has.
And this is best case scenario for App State. Score points when the clock's not ticking.
And Dustin Kearns wants a timeout here. So Clark now with 11 in the game. You talk about, I was mentioning earlier, Press Maravich has been a coach there, and Buzz Peterson He was a great coach and went on to Tennessee as a head coach. He was Michael Jordan's roommate, but he was the player of the year in North Carolina, playing at the same time Michael Jordan was. That's something to tell your kids, your grandkids about. Bobby Crimmins, a great coach. Later went on to Georgia Tech. He once was a head coach at App State, so great history of coaches. Likewise for Marshall. I always love just looking back and see who's been at the helm. They got a guy that's been there 7 years and he's a pretty good player in his day.
Absolutely it was.
For the Thundering Herd, Mark Patton, he starred in a movie as a football player, the We Are Marshall.
Yes, he did.
Movie. All right, so Joseph, the Hugie. Chudy out there, Fricks out there, and Spear, who's on the floor for the Thundering Herd. Joseph drives, can't get it to go. Alonzo Dodd, Luke Wilson, Jason Jennings.
Big possession right here.
Michael Marcus, and nearly lost it, and Wilson will thunder it through here against the Thundering Herd.
And that makes it a 4-point game, and Marshall's going to have to get a good look right here.
Jason Clark rounds out the 5 on the floor for App State. Noah Ochudy gliding in, back to Spear. Spear on the drive, off the glass.
And that was much needed. Not just for Marshall, but for Spear to get him rolling in this last 2 minutes.
6-point lead. Whip it around. Jennings is open. Can't get it to go. Chasing it down, though, is Alonzo Dodd. Here's Clark. Oh, boy.
And Wilson is having his way right now.
He watched that lob party of Marshall there. He said, I want to get in on that.
He said, I can get on that rim, too, now.
6'9", 255. He's slammed back-to-back shots through 77, 73. Fricks cannot get the three-pointer to go, and a whistle and a foul, and it's going to go against Marshall.
And you are hearing it from that Marshall Thundering Herd crowd right now. They thought that foul was definitely going to go on Marcus Jr. And that is 5 on Hugie. And now Coach Jackson has another decision to make. Does he go? Well, he's going to have to go. Going to have to go small. And he does. He goes with Bryce Slay. So crunch time right now. Marshall's got 2 freshmen in the game.
Michael Marcus Jr., who is a sophomore, and he connects.
And let's see this foul right here. And you can see, oh yeah, 2-arm shove right there by Hugie.
Third Thundering Herd player to foul out of the game. And
2 clutch ones right there by Marcus Jr.
Yeah, he's 4 for 4 at the line. Marshall is 12 of 19 at the free throw line. The Mountaineers 17 of 31 now. 2-point game. Ochudy up and lost it through.
And Ochudy has had a couple times where, Marshall's been stagnant and not really knowing where they're going to get a bucket from. And he's came through and got a nice little pull up.
15 in the game for Ochudy. Dodd dashing in, working up, tough shot, can't get it to go.
Wise decision by Marshall right there to kind of slow it down. Probably going to wait till the end of this shot clock, about 12 seconds left, and then go off a pick and roll.
What a battle. Spear lets it fly.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And that is a big-time player making a big-time play when his team needs it the most.
82-75. Jennings turnaround. Can't get it to drop.
And a rebound.
Wow. Spear all over the place.
And the rebound. And that is why he was one of the impact players. That's your senior leader right there. That is the guy that the rest of your team looks up to and looks to when things aren't going well. And he just delivered for Marshall in a major way on the offensive and defensive end.
I mean, that three was deep.
Yeah.
These are here near us.
Yeah. And he caught it low and let it go, and nothing but the bottom. Hand doesn't matter at that point.
Joseph at the free throw line. And Joseph, the youngster, (83-75).
And they have, kind of gave Joseph a little bit of the keys here tonight. Kind of just gave him the opportunity in big moments to handle that pick and roll and handle the ball and make decisions. And he's done a good job with it.
Shot from the corner and connecting is Michael Marcus Jr. His second three of the game. He has 18.
Yeah, these two bigs for App State have came in and, put on kind of a show between Luke Wilson's second half dominance and Marcus Jr.'s whole game presence.
Well, we have another great game here, just great shots. And all the way around by our crew, Gabriella Sevilla, Andy Walker, Ryan Vance, John Bogus, Bryce Lusher, our producer, Jake Mowry, our director, Emma Gallus, Reagan Gross, Aniston Collins, Millie DeBoard, Ben Westfall, our sideline reporter, Stevie Browning, our great analyst. I'm Mark Martin, and delighted to have all of you with us. Just another great game here at the Cam Henderson Center. And what kind of magic perhaps does App State have left? They just knocked down a three. They need a couple more. And Marshall trying to fend off the Mountaineers from Boone.
Well, they'll have to channel their inner Reggie Miller or Tracy McGrady and get a couple steals and threes pretty quick, or hope Marshall misses some free throws.
And it comes to Spear. Spear has 19 in the game and 26 in the victory over Georgia State. Boy, that three-pointer.
Yeah, that about brought the roof off this place.
Alonzo Dodd picking up his third foul of the game. Preseason all Sun Belt, and Spear puts it through. So Chad Moody out, Wilson in. 85-78.
And Spears, he's not new to this. He's been a bucket getter since he was a freshman in college. So he's been in moments like this plenty of times, and that's why you see him cool as a cucumber in this situation.
So Bryce Slay will head in, and Hollenbeck is out.
App State's got to go quick.
And here's Dodd over to Jennings. And Jennings can't get it to go, and Dodd back to Jennings. And the big man looking for another three, and he's got it.
He did it.
Michael Marcus Jr.
That's his third of the day.
Yep.
He's 3 for 3 from the three-point line. Big man putting on a show. Get his feet set. Nice flick of the wrist. Nothing but net.
Fodder. Man, he ties Spear for game-high scoring honors here.
Yeah, and App State finding a way to prolong this game. Gonna have to have either a steal or Marshall to miss a couple foul shots, though. A steal and a three would make it very interesting. But the problem with Marshall in this situations, well, not with Marshall, but is that they've always got usually 5 good free throw shooters on the court, so it makes it tough to, who are we going to foul? Like in the huddle, I would say that App State's like listen, we got to try and foul this guy if he gets the ball. With Marshall, all 5 of their guys on the court can shoot foul shots, so that makes it tough.
Many thanks to the outstanding sports communication departments for App State and Marshall. For App State, Jacob Plecker, and for Marshall, Cody Lynn, and also Grant Traylor, David O'Leary. One of these teams going to get win number 10 of the season. Marshall by 5, and with the ball, Hollenbeck the trigger. Chudy.
And that was close.
Yeah. So Jason Clark Jr., number 5, fouls Marshall's number 5, Noah Ochudy.
And Ochudy got lucky right there. He broke one of the golden rules. Don't leave your feet to pass. And got lucky. He picked up the foul before he was able to get that pass off, because that would have been a steal and a quick bucket. And would have made this one really interesting.
App State was down at one point, 17 in this game. Ochudy. Ochudy has 17, 88-81. Hollenbeck out, Slay in. Mountaineers with the ball.
Now Marshall only they just got to be solid and no fouls.
Jennings will rifle and can't get it to go. Joseph goes high to get the rebound, and Marshall prevails in a battle for the great rival in App State. And the Thundering Herd taking it by a final of 88-81. That's off to App State down 17. Marshall does what you want to do at home. Take advantage of being inside your own arena and holding off the opposition. That's what they did.
Yeah, and you know, like we heard Jalen Spears say in his post interview last game, you know, you can't let anybody come in here and punch you in the mouth. You have to be the one that delivers that blow, and this is your home, and you got to protect it, and they did tonight.
Well, Jalen Spear leading the way again for Marshall with 21, and Michael Marcus Jr., very impressive. He had 3 threes in the game. He stands 6'9", came in with 11 threes. You knew he could shoot it, and he knocks in 3 more here. 21, and Ben Westphal is standing by with Noah Ochudy. Take it away, Ben.
Noah, 17 points in this one. Just talk about your overall performance tonight.
Honestly, we just knew App State was going to come here and defend. We just tried to exploit them and do what we do. Just run and play hard, and we just wore them down all game. We wore them down.
Talk about the physicality of this game. Obviously, you guys lose 3 bigs to foul trouble. You know, just talk about the guards being able to step up and perform big tonight.
For sure, yeah. We knew that they had some big guys. Like those, you seen the bigs are like 270, so we know we had to fight, and the guards had to help actually with the bigs. And we fought a little bit, but we pulled it through in the end.
Now, of course, that's back-to-back home games, physical, you know, games back-to-back in the Sun Belt Conference. Obviously, you had the home crowd behind you. Just talk about that tonight.
We were preparing this since June. Like, we knew it was going to be a physical league. We knew that we had to put in the small habits to get to this point. We're just trying to build from now on. We got 2 games now. We're trying to get another one, get 2 more next week.
Noah, congratulations on the win. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Ben. Great job. And Jalen Spear again led the way. One of 4 players in double figures here. Wyatt Fricks had 16. Ochudy again had 17. And a big game for Shamari Hugie. He had 12. It was 21 for Michael Marcus Jr., 19 Luke Wilson. Alonzo Dodd had 12 and 11 for Jason Clark, the junior. Until they meet again, February 19th in Boone. Stevie, just some quick final thoughts.
Yeah, you know, they say good teams figure out ways to win. You've got 3 bigs that all foul out, and, you know, going against a team who was primarily wanting to get to their bigs, and Marshall figured it out.
That's going to do it for our coverage here. Great job, Stevie, and we look forward to being with you again, my man. For Ben Westphal, Stevie Browning, your final score, Marshall 88-81. All games airing on the ESPN networks or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.